up? Welcome back to the In the Bank podcast featuring your two hosts, Jackson and Rohan. This is episode 3. We're recording this post Christmas. Jackson, did you do anything special yesterday?
Yeah, man. I hung out with the family. We were playing this. My brothers and I were playing this game. It was like a scary one on the PlayStation. Just fucking shit my pants like 30 times. It was good. It was a good time.
Nice.
Saw the fam. Did some karaoke. I did Backstreet's Back. I did a fucking lap dance on my other brother. It was a good time.
All right, interesting. Anyway, I think the new year is kind of winding down. For those who don't know, reason we did this podcast is because we're trying to do stand up, and every single comedian who does stand up, they also have a podcast. So we're just kind of copying that, but we wanted to actually kind of go into what we wanted to kind of give our recap of our kind of favorite stand-ups of the year, any comedians who blown up. So I guess first question for you, Jackson. This year, who was your favorite stand-up comedian? What was your favorite anything kind of relating to the stand-up world?
So I've got a few. I think the ones, I don't think this guy necessarily blew up this year. I think I'm kind of late to the party, but I found Mark Norman this year. I'm a big fan of his. And then Stavros as well. And I don't know how to pronounce his last name because it's like super long and Greek, and I just can't do it. But he's funny as shit too. Big guy. I don't know if you've seen him.
Nah, I'm not seeing him.
He's super funny. He posts like a lot of crowd work stuff, but he's a funny guy. Like super witty, really good, just really good. Like in charge of the stage. Like he's fucking really solid. And he put out a special. I think it's like an independent one on YouTube this year as well. Really funny guy.
Yeah, a lot of the blow-ups this year have been kind of coming through those independent specials. I know Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz released his behind the paywall first, and then he obviously released it on YouTube. I fucking fell for. I paid for it, but I
Did
thought
you
it was
really?
a pretty. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Schultz fan. I mean, I thought it was a great special. I think Schultz may have had probably, in terms of just his name and notoriety, I think he may have this year since 2021, but I think this year was like really a huge fucking year for him. I mean, 11 million views on his special, right?
Yeah, I think absolutely the last couple of years that guy has he's doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Like that's the goal, you know what I mean? Just to fucking blow up like that. As well as, I mean, he's funny as shit, so it's well deserved. Yeah. Like I don't know if it was part of the Infamous or if it was a different one, but like one of my favorite jokes I've ever seen of all time is the one where he's doing the crowd work and he gets a guy who's a prison guard at the place Ghislaine Maxwell was, and he does like the Lil Nas X while Lil Nas X was pumping or whatever. Like that is one of the funniest like minutes of comedy I've ever seen in my life. So fucking funny to me.
I know what joke. I don't remember the joke specifically, but I think Schultz, even Akash Singh, even from Flagrant, I think has probably some of the best crowd work I've kind of seen. Those guys are
super
fucking
funny guy.
Phenomenal. In terms of a written masterpiece, though, I know we were talking about it very briefly. Ari Shaffir's Jew, I thought might have honestly taken the title. It being independent as well. I think it may have taken the title for probably my favorite stand-up this year, and this is coming from a guy who's a huge Schultz fan. But I mean, I thought that was kind of my that was my favorite special. What was yours kind of coming into this year, or with this year ending?
Ari's was super funny. Ari Shaffir's. I think Stavros's was super funny, and then I have been a Chris Distefano fan since he went on. I don't even remember what the thing was called, but the thing had like 20 subscribers. He went on this thing on YouTube, and I was like, that guy's really funny. And I've been following Chris Distefano for like, I want to say like 10 years. And so I was really stoked that he got Speshy Weshy to come out on Netflix. Big fan of his. I think he did it independently initially, and then Netflix bought it, and that's what he wanted to do, so it was good for him. I was a big fan of that one, big fan of Chris Distefano. So if I had to pick one, I'd pick that one just because of my long-standing Chris Distefano fan for sure.
Yeah, I thought the DiStefano one was great as well. Actually wanted to kind of bring into this. We're seeing a lot more of these comedians. They are releasing specials. Some of them they're not behind a paywall. For Ari Shaffir, for example, him being Jewish, he took Venmo like tips and donations. Right, he was kind of change hunting. But one guy who also made a YouTube special this year. Thank God it was not behind a paywall, or people would have went bonkers. Was Brendan Schwab?
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia. I think what like 2 years ago he was like touching like, or he had like some fucking crazy amount of like sexual assaults or something. I don't remember. Allegedly, let me not throw nothing there, but Brendan Schwab. I honestly think I think if Brendan Schwab and Louis C.K. Like you were to throw a poll about who's more hated, I think Brendan Schwab might win it, which is unfortunate because doing stand-up's tough, and he didn't put that shit behind a paywall, you know?
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Well, personally, I would say yes, because Louis C.K., despite everything, is still a personal hero of mine. The guy's fucking so funny. He's funny enough to where he could have done 9/11 and I'd still be a Louis C.K. fan. Like, really big Louis C.K. fan, okay? But, yeah, I mean, Brendan's had a tough year. Like, relatively speaking, he still makes way more money than you and I put together at our real jobs. So, like, he's doing okay, you know? So, I don't know. I don't feel that bad, but, like, he's had a rough year, too. Not only with the special, but then also the whole, like, he's, like, trying to solicit people's girlfriends and shit, and then gets, like, called out publicly for it. That's never a good look.
And the whole Bobby Lee, Kalila,
exactly,
that Reddit thing, right? Yeah, I mean, dude, let's actually just talk about fucking Gringo Poppy. I watched the whole thing, start to finish. Now, I'm 22 years old and I'm still immature, and I still think saying, like, I want to fuck you to my friends is kind of funny, right? But also, as someone who's doing stand-up, I understand that shit's not good. That's not funny in, like, a real-world sense. Listen, he made it free, so I don't understand why people are complaining so much. And it's tough to do something like that for like 30 to 45 minutes. But dude, I don't want to say it, bro. I know how tough it is, but like it was a tough watch.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, listen, dude. I think you make a good point, and I've never thought about it this way before. He put it out there for free, you know.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey, you know, come watch my stand-up. And he's just getting shellacked by people. Just like, and I'm not saying that it was this great special or anything. Clearly I'm not. I don't know. It's better than I could probably do at this point in my life, right? Not saying anything there. But fuck, man. He's just having a rough time. And it's like, I get it, you know? I mean, maybe if I didn't sit through the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing. So maybe if I was like you and I got to the 45-minute mark and I was like, maybe I'd be more pissed, right? Like, I'm never getting that time back. But also, these people who are commenting on this thing and being so angry, it's not like their time's super valuable, right? These people are fucking the kind of people who comment on YouTube videos, especially angrily. Not the, you know, it's not like they're high value people who their time's super important, right? Like, if it was, they wouldn't have sat through the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I mean, the crazy thing is that with people hating on the special, not only that there's some people who are hating on it, but they're taking time out of their day to make a video about why the special sucks, right? Like, that's the crazy thing to me. It's like, all right, we get it. Like, first of all, kudos to anyone who puts out. He shouldn't have put out a special that early, right? It takes years to develop that. Everyone has said that, right? And it's obviously, I guess, like, people are upset that, like, you know, he's kind of got his ins really quick. But it's like at some point, bro, you're just straight dick riding. Like, if you're like, if you like, imagine watching the whole thing start to finish because you're genuinely interested, leaving a hate comment and then making a whole video about why it sucks. That's kind of gay.
It's weirdly obsessive. Like, it's like, why are you so upset? You know what I mean? Like, there's bigger problems in the world. But So what I do admire about Brendan Schaub is the confidence to put out a special. Because how long has he been doing stand up? Like legit, you know what I mean?
Like a year, 2 years, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so not super long, right? It might be a little bit longer than that, but like most people, like sort of come up like the traditional way, just like grinding clubs, trying to get good, trying to get noticed, stuff like that, right? Like all the people who kind of made it, all the people who I look up to, they sort of struggled just doing clubs for a long time, built the skills, right? So when the special came, they were ready to go, and that thing was pretty good, right? He sort of went early, like you said, and took the special, which I don't think, if it were me, if I like, so we haven't been doing it very long at all, right? But if someone came to me like in a year or 2 years, like, hey, like let's put a special together, I'd be like, dude, I'm not ready. So what I do admire is the confidence to go up there and tell D- to C- jokes and like fucking just get after it, you know what I mean? And tell them like they're A pluses, you know what I mean? That's something that I respect. I really do, because I don't think I could pull that off.
Yeah, I think the worst thing with how Brendan Schwab reacted to the special getting such negative reviews was him. I think he had like a CBD website or something where he said like you get like 50% off if you leave like a good comment on the YouTube video or something. Like that's like you're asking for it, you know? Like I get
is that like a joke though? Because that's kind of funny, you know what I mean?
No, he did it. There was a link. I don't put it up for on the edit where it said something along the lines of give Brendan Schwab the reviews he deserves. Go comment, give it 5 stars, and comment something positive to receive 50% off some shitty CBD pills. Right, dude, that's
tough.
That's.
But see, that's the thing. I can't feel too bad. He's like running a CBD company on the side. Like that's awesome. You know, he's probably raking in cash. Like fucking my mom gives her dog CBD treats like daily. Like that shit is, you're literally just like, isn't it just like bullshit from like weed? Like all the shit that doesn't even matter and you just feed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like making money off of
high.
trash. Yeah. Just what the fuck? He's doing fine. He's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how many minutes into Gringo Poppy did you watch?
Man, so I watched it pretty soon after it came out, and I went into it being like, because I knew it had a bad reputation, so I wasn't expecting much, right? But I was like, oh, check this out, you know, because like when he's on, like, or when he used to be, he hasn't been on in a while, but like when he was on Rogan and stuff, he was a pretty funny guy, right? I was like, oh, go check this thing out, give it a shot. I want to say halfway through, probably 15 minutes, somewhere in there. That's usually like when my attention span starts like checking out, unless it's really like gripping stuff, you know what I mean? So, which it wasn't. So,
yeah, dude, it was like, I don't want to say it was like.
I was just gonna say, I hope like his next one, if he does another one, is really good. You know, I'm not rooting against the guy. I don't think there's, you know.
Honestly, dude, it would be hilarious if Brendan Schwab just like purposely just starts dropping dog shit after dog shit. I think that should just be his brand, right? just drop consecutive dog shit specials.
I'm the bad comedian.
Yeah, no, like seriously, like first of all, he's not like. I mean, Joe Rogan got him out of retirement from the MMA, and then Joe Rogan having so much fame and clout kind of forced Brendan Schwab onto us, and now he's regretting that decision. I'm pretty sure Brendan Schwab's is taking jabs at or taking shots at, or Joe Rogan is taking shots at Brendan Schwab, right? Like
maybe, I don't know. I feel like they're probably still friends, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
unless like he did some dumb shit. I don't know. He's probably just ribbing them like friends, like I would make fun of you. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're taking shots. Joe Rogan doesn't strike me as the type of guy who would take shots.
It wasn't a shot, but I mean, he said things along the lines of, even if you're not a fan of his stand-up, like he's called. There was like that clip with what's her name, Whitney Cumming, where he kind of made a joke about him.
I saw that one.
Right.
I think he was just observing there that like he's the most hated man on the internet. Isn't that what it was?
Yeah.
Was there a different one?
Yeah, I mean, there's that one. I don't know. I think Joe Rogan maybe should just kept him in MMA. Like,
well, I
that's kind
don't
of
know.
the
He was
vibes
getting his
the
fucking
vibes I'm getting.
brain dribbled on the canvas, dude. That's not good for him either, you know?
Yeah, he's damaging. I mean, Gringo Poppy's a little brain damaging too, right? It ain't.
I mean, that's
Like,
to
you
me.
don't-
I don't know. It's not.
You don't come out of Gringo Poppy thinking like, damn, that's 45 minutes. I think that's why
It's not
people were so
intellectually
mad, right?
challenging.
Because like 45 minutes, that's like what, like one DoorDash order. That's like $14, right? So maybe, I think that's why people
Yeah.
were so pissed, right? Because even though it's not behind a paywall, that's time is money.
Yeah. Again, though, see some of these, like anyone who's commenting on that thing, I don't buy that their time is money. That's where I draw the line. You know what I mean? Like if
Exactly.
it's someone who's like a self-respecting, like I have a real
Yeah.
job, I don't live in my parents' basement,
Yeah.
like I'm a real person, and I wasted 45 minutes of my life. I understand you, right?
Yeah.
But like if you are eating fucking Dorito dust out of your belly button while you're watching this thing, I don't care if you wasted your time. You've been wasting your time since you were 20.
And like I said, I'm not hating. I didn't think it was we're making jokes about it. I didn't think it was like
Yeah.
horrible. Like we've gone
No.
to like if anyone's ever been to an open mic, actually here, let me tell this story. We went to an open mic, me and Jackson, one of our first ever open mics, maybe actually our first, and there was a guy, and he started off putting his head down, bringing up the microphone like this, and talking in this tone. And I remember looking right at you and thinking, he started talking about babies being circumcised. And I just remember
Among
looking
other
at you
things.
and I remember looking, I was like, this guy's going to shoot this bitch up. We are not going to,
So he goes in, he's trying to do a deadpan thing, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I get what he's trying to do, right? But he goes up there, and he's the first guy to go. Like, he's the first, it's like a random, draw it out of the hat. Like, let's see who goes. He goes up first. And like you said, he goes up. And I think his first line was about, like, wanting to kill himself. And he's talking like this. And it was nobody laughed. Like, you could hear a fucking fly buzzing around the room. Like, it was so quiet. And he just commits to the bit of this deadpan suicidal comic, and then like starts talking about like how he's got problems with like women and like how he wants to circumcise babies. And then
he didn't want to circumcise babies. Remember, he said circumcising
right.
babies was a demasculating,
yes,
something like that, right?
Yeah, he went on like some like men's rights thing, and it was really scary. And so it was definitely a school shooter vibe. Like, I think I was literally like, man, I texted my family. I was like, hey guys, just want to let you know I love you. Like, I hope you're doing well. You know what I mean? Just in case we had an incident, because it was really terrifying. And then another one, same mic, different week. Remember the guy who goes up? And I think he was doing a similar like deadpan thing, but when he was making a joke about the N-word, but he's a white guy.
Yeah.
Like,
He's wider
he's wider than my PlayStation right there, right? Like, he's white as fuck, okay? And he goes up there and he says the word dig and the digger, but like he says it in a way like he's substituting it for the N-word.
Yeah,
And that was another
emphasis.
one. You could hear like crickets like fucking going off. Like, it was so tense. And it was like he just took up the full 5 minutes, and it was like so painfully awkward.
Yeah, and just a disclaimer: if someone somehow made it this far, we're not like fucking liberal. Like, all of my comedy stuff has been about like abortion and like it's not like we're not fucking liberals like who like get like upset over jokes or anything like that. Like, but dude, this was really bad. I just remember it.
And
it was so awkward.
It wasn't funny too. Like, it just wasn't funny. No one in the room thought it was funny. You know what I mean? Because like, you can do shit that's like controversial, but make it funny. He just went up there. So there's a lot of really unfunny people at these things, to where it feels like they're holding the room hostage. I don't think that was Brendan Schaub. I think he's a lot better than those. He's a lot better than me. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, Brendan Schwab's his. The good thing with Brendan Schwab is his stage presence is really good, right?
Yeah, he's
he
a
feels
funny guy.
comfortable, right? I mean, his writing is not like immaculate or anything like that. And I know everyone in the comments is going to be like, you haven't written anything. Yeah, I know. I'm 22. I just started this shit, but like, but I mean, like, where we want to put into contrast of why, where we want to put into picture of why you shouldn't hate Gringo Poppy so much. You're talking about wasting 45 minutes of your time watching something on YouTube while you could have like been cooking or something. Go to one of these open mics.
Yeah.
Pay $10. You have to pay $10 to get in there. It's a 2-drink minimum, right? So it's like 2 bottles of water is fucking $5 each. And then try watching some of these people go. And then you're gonna start to really fucking appreciate Gringo Poppy, right?
Yeah.
Like, right.
You will be
Right, actually,
begging
here's
for
a
Gringo
challenge.
Poppy.
Yeah. Hey, here's a challenge to anybody. Go to your local stand-up, pay $10, sit through the whole thing start to finish. You can't leave early like a lot of people do. You need to sit there start to finish, hear every single act, and then go home and watch Gringo Poppy, and it's going to be the fucking funniest thing ever. It's like, I don't know, it's like giving a fucking starving kid from Somalia food for the first time. Like, even if this shit's a little undercooked, they'll fucking love it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Try that.
That's a good point. Like in the
Anyway,
percentile, so like when you take the SAT, like you get like 99th percentile or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like in the 99th percentile or 98th maybe of people who do stand up, right? I mean, let's say like 100,000 people do stand up. That means he's in the top 1,000 people to do it.
In terms of popularity, yes. I mean, we've seen some people at open mics who I think can be better than him.
That's true too. There's also some really good like local people who absolutely kill.
Anyway, yeah, back to your point though. Back to your point, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's all I got. No deep thoughts here.
Okay. Yeah, just anyway, kind of with that being said, let's kind of go into I mean, we've talked about Gringo Poppy enough. Shout out to Brendan Schwab, man. The whole UFC community is honestly fucking funny. Brendan Schwab, listen, if there was 100 people left on this planet, I would be a Brendan Schwab fan. If there was 50 people left on this planet, I would be a Brendan Schwab fan. And if there was 0 Brendan Schwab fans left, that means I was dead. Right? I am a Brendan Schwab fan through thick and thin now. I've never listened to his podcast. I'm going to start listening to that when I work out. My perspective's changed. But anyway, let's transition into our next part. So kind of transitioning into, or when we do stand up, we always get dinner at some places. And you had an interesting point about Olive Garden. I didn't get that. Could you well, Siri just went off. You had an interesting point about Olive Garden. Yeah, even Siri knows. What were you... Explain to the singles of listeners what you were telling me about Olive Garden.
So here's the deal about Olive Garden. Okay, I'm looking to the mic because this is important. Actually, let's preface it this way. All right, so you just mentioned our singles of listeners, right? Like the reason we know we have single-digit listeners and subscribers is because that was pointed out to us in a comment on one of our videos. In another comment, I was referred to as a fat ass, okay? And listen, I used to be in a lot better shape. New Year's coming up, trying to get that down, trying to eat less fast food, less Baconators. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the constructive criticism. But if you think I'm a fat ass, you need to walk into your fucking local Olive Garden because those people are near death.
Yeah.
Like heart attack city. It is rough. And the first time we went, I think you would agree, it was like maybe this is a blip on the radar, right? And then the second time we went, it's like, no, everyone still is grazing on olive oil here.
There's
daily.
No skinny
like it's
people.
rough.
There is no skinny people. Like I was like, we were the skinny ones when we went to Olive Garden. We only went there because it was just near the next club we were going to go perform at. there is zero skinny people at Olive Garden. It is disgusting. And you look at their fucking menu. It's bread. Like, they come out, right? They give you bread, unlimited bread.
Yep.
Unlimited bread. That's fat person food.
Unlimited breadsticks. So fucking good, by the way.
Yeah, phenomenal. The salads, there's a shit ton of sauce on it. It's like a McDonald's.
The salad might be the best thing on the menu. And it's like, and that's how they butter you in, right? They're like, hey, come eat our unlimited salad. It's good for you. But they just give you fucking water, iceberg lettuce, like a slice of tomato in there, and then like some onions and like half a carrot chopped up, sprinkled in there. And then they just douse that thing in that house dressing, and it's so fucking good. It is so fucking good. I could just go to Olive Garden and munch on the salad until I puke. Like, it's so good.
That shit got a lot of calories. That's a calorie machine.
Yeah. And that's just the starters. And then they bring out your fucking pasta with your fucking, your butter pasta, and then they ask, hey, you want cheese on it? You just fucking keep fucking going like that shit, man. That's more and more and more.
They're giving like a goddamn hand job to the cheese machine.
Yeah,
They're
and they just keep
nuts.
going. You say you're good. They give you an extra couple, just for the road. They're just, oh, you're good? Okay, we're done here. And that's another thing too. Like, their slogan. I don't know if it's actually their slogan, but they say, when you're here, you're family, and they really make a big effort to do that. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. What was the? Or we had a waiter tell us it's some fucking joke.
Yeah.
At the Olive Garden, bro. What the fuck did he say to us again?
So listen, speaking about comics having a bad day, all right? Speaking about Brendan Schaub and these people who are suicidal at the open mics, okay? We saw another one of these, and this was at the Olive Garden, all right? So remind me, were we walking in?
No, we already sat down. He wasn't our waiter.
Okay.
He just dropped the shit off to us.
Right. So we had to wait. We had to wait for like 20 minutes, right? Which is not a big deal. It was a Thursday night at like 9. So apparently Olive Garden is just popping 24 hours because you feel like it wouldn't be that busy at 9 o'clock on a Thursday.
It's a fat priest.
We walk in.
7-Eleven.
Yeah. So we walk in, and we're waiting like 20 minutes. We get seated, right? And they give us, the guy comes by, young kid, right? How old you, like
19, 20, maybe.
19, 20. He looks like he eats the product, right? Like it looks like he's getting this. And he's got a really nice smile. He's a nice looking kid. Good for you. Like, he's working. You know what I mean? Like, he's not one of these people commenting on Gringo Poppy. Oh, you dumb piece of shit. Fucking, he's actually getting out there making a living. Good for you, kid.
Hey, he has a job. That's more than 50% of the people who spam hate comments can say, man.
Exactly. He has a job, and not only does he have a job, he's bought into that job, right? So here's what I mean. So we're sitting at the table, right? And like I said, at Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family, right? So this kid probably went through a training, and they're like, hey, make these people feel like family. And so he, working hard, earning that fucking paycheck, right? Probably making fucking minimum wage and still getting after it, okay? He's like, how do I make these people feel like they belong? How do I do that? Oh, I'll give them a joke, right? So he walks up after we had to wait, puts our silverware and napkins on the table, and goes, congratulations, you're eating now. And then... And what did we do?
I just looked at you like, so he wasn't our waiter. I just looked to you and said, our waiter's going to get less of a tip now. That shit fucking ruined my night.
So he not only did, so he says, congratulations, you're eating now. He says like, congratulations, you're eating now. Like, he said it like that, and it's because he looked at us and he saw, I can't speak for you because I wasn't looking at you, but my face was like this. It was just, like, you're really going to fucking say that to me right now? You're going to assault me with your joke?
Oh, good, bro. and
It was rough.
for context, we were already pissed off because we couldn't get into a comedy club right
Yeah.
before. Right, they ran out of bucket spots, and we didn't want to wait like 4 fucking hours to perform. So we were already a little irritated, and we came back. We come back from work, dude.
Mhm.
And the
We
funny
were a
thing-
cold crowd for sure.
Yeah, the funny thing was, we were both laughing hysterically at the fact that now our waiter's gonna get less of a tip because of him, and he probably came around the corner, fee-fi fo fumming, and just saw us laughing. He may have thought, "Man, fuck, I really killed that joke too." Right? He may have just been some awkward. He was like, think about it, he may have been
So-
working on that. I can imagine him. He's in the kitchen. He's taking him out the washing machine. He's like, "Dude, I'm gonna kill this," right? And
You
he
could
bombed.
tell the way he
Gringo
said it.
poppied. He just had his Gringo Poppy moment.
The way he said it, he was like, "This is gonna kill." He's like,
Yeah.
These guys are gonna like this." He's like, "These are young guys. They're gonna like my sense of humor." Like he thought that was gonna kill, and it didn't. But I don't think so. He definitely turned around, saw us. Like I almost fell out of my fucking chair laughing at this kid. Poor guy. Again,
Yeah.
keep working, keep fucking getting after it.
Yeah.
But terrible joke.
Yeah.
Fucking assaulted me and ruined my dinner with his stupid fucking joke. And so I was laughing at him, and we were both laughing at him. And I think he turned around, and I think he saw our faces looking at him like, "Don't ever fucking talk to me again, kid." You know what I mean? And so he saw that, was like, "Ugh," because he trailed off. Like his joke trailed off. He didn't deliver it like he wanted to. And so he walks away, and I think he sees us laughing, and I think he was like, "Fuck, I'm never gonna do that again." Like I think it was not good that he saw us laughing.
Yeah. Have you? So he was actually, he was actually our. So that waiter from Olive Garden, he was waiting the table right behind us, right?
Yes.
Have you noticed whenever like you ask a fat waiter, like what's good on the menu, they like they kind of start like drooling over it a little bit. It's like, hey, like, well, what do you prefer here? And they kind of just start going like bit by bit, and then they kind of start slowing down. It's like, the pasta's really good.
They can't breathe.
And then they're kind of getting out of breath as they say it, bro. Like, hey, go to your local fucking Denny's and ask. First of all, there's no skinny people that work at Denny's. It's just a bunch of fat people with gross teeth. Go to your local Denny's and ask the waiters what they like. Fat fucking menu. They're gonna start fucking panting and drooling all over the bitch, right? It's go give that a try, you know.
They definitely have some ideas. You know what I mean? Like they have
Yeah.
some feedback. They're like, "Hey, here's what the deal is." You know, you ask someone who's in shape, especially like you go to like an in shape waiter at an Olive Garden. That's like,
I don't need that shit.
yeah, that's like, you ever played that game Secret Hitler? You're trying to find out who Hitler is.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
That's who that waiter is. Like
Yeah.
he is an imposter. He does not fucking belong there. You know, and so he's like, "I don't know, get the fucking spaghetti." I mean,
Yeah.
everyone gets the spaghetti, but like a fat guy, he's like, "Listen, you got to get the shrimp scampi, and you got to get some extra butter on that shit. You got to fucking load it up, get some fettuccine sauce in there, but not too much because it'll ruin it a little bit." Like he's got some ideas, which is good. That's who you want.
Yeah, and like hell, right? If you're trying to have a hell of a fun, actually, when you go to a restaurant, you need to specifically ask for the fat waiter because you know they've tried everything on the fucking menu. They might throw you that exotic shit. It's like, hey, go half of this, half of that, no extra cost. Season this part, butter this one a little bit, take out the shrimp, replace it with chicken. That's what fat waiters will do. The skinny guy's like, I'm just gonna get the lean chicken with a salad on the side. A little bit gay, right? If you're with a girl, you wanna dig in. So let's actually speak to fat waiters. I said Denny's is a place where there's just a bunch of fucking fat people who work there with gross teeth. Where else? Because I've never seen a skinny person at Denny's, and Denny's they drool over the menu as well.
Where fat people go, or fat waiters specifically?
We can go both. I think fat people, yeah. Like, what's like a fat person restaurant? Let's go fat people restaurants.
I mean, the first one I think about is Olive Garden. Another one is now, maybe not fat, but definitely like white trash, and then or fat is Applebee's / Chili's. Like that's you know?
Yeah, just shitty Chili's.
Yeah, just like you walk into Chili's, you know, like you're not going to be seeing, or like there's like a fucking quinceanera going on in the background, just like some random foreign like gathering. You know what I mean? It's either that or just like white trash people there.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I have not been to an Applebee's in years. So I couldn't tell you. I know there's random shit at Applebee's that goes down.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's
Like if there was a Confederate flag hanging from an Applebee's rafter, like I'd be like, oh, okay, like I wouldn't be surprised, you know, even in California, you know what I mean? Like that's where those people go to eat. I think like that's. I don't know. Have you ever been to Red Robin? I feel like
I've
fat
been to
people
Red
go
Robin
there too.
Yeah,
Is that a fatty one?
No, not really. Not really. No, like you would think a place like McDonald's is like a fat person restaurant, but like it's just like more of like a broke like college kid. Like I would eat there. I
Yeah.
still eat there. It's like if you only want to spend like $2 and you don't feel like cooking, you know what I mean? Like that's.
Yeah.
I think like Burger King's kind of a fat ass restaurant. Like you gotta like be real fat to specifically want to be craving a Whopper. You know, that's kind of a fat person restaurant.
I have never eaten and will never eat Burger King in my life.
Yeah, that
never happened.
That just looks disgusting. Like, that's definitely a fat
I don't know
ass
what
restaurant.
it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a
I don't know
fat-ass
how they
restaurant.
make money.
Yeah, and they're still popping. Like they have commercials. Pizza Hut. That's a fat person. That's a fat person food chain.
Yeah, if you eat Pizza Hut, fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, that's
get Domino's.
That's a fat ass food because that's just cheese, bread, and oil, bro. Pizza Hut's a fat ass food chain.
But Pizza Hut's not even good. Like if you want garbage pizza that's gonna fucking clog up your arteries, just get Domino's.
Now Domino's is solid though. I think
but
is the best. Yeah, but Domino's is solid.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
like
saying.
tastes good. Like
That's what I'm saying. Fat
if you
people want the calories and like the cheese and like the fluffy bread and like they just want like, you know what I mean? If you're a fat ass, you're not really looking at taste.
Yeah.
You're just looking at like sheer size and like.
if you get Pizza Hut by choice, you deserve what's coming to you, and
Yeah.
that's a fucking stroke because you're gonna get real fat real fast. Like that's who the fuck eats Pizza Hut?
If you've ever been to a Pizza Hut, like the actual restaurant itself, I have a feeling it's like where immigrant parents like take their kids. You know, like they don't know, like
They're like doing their homework after school at the Pizza Hut.
yeah, it's like they've just
They
been
get their
eating.
times tables wrong. Get whacked.
No, it's more so like the middle, like I don't know, like what type of like the Russian Middle Eastern, like like dad's in IT, kids are like studying nonstop. Their wife cooks the same bullshit every day. The kids have finally started complaining enough, so they just take them to like a fucking Pizza Hut and let them develop like heart disease quicker there.
Yeah.
That's
Or the dad just takes the kids there to like escape the wife, you know?
yeah, and he's like bringing his work laptop. I've seen Middle Easterns like bring their like work laptop to like restaurants and shit, bro.
Oh yeah, all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing.
Yeah. And it's very clear because white people do that too, but they do it at like Starbucks
That's
or like
normal.
even worse, like a fucking like a trendy coffee shop, you know?
Yeah,
But then like if they're like, oh, this is my workspace, but then like fucking if they see someone do it at a Pizza Hut, they're like they like look down on it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean,
It's like this guy's hustling just like you are.
hey, he's an IT
Why are you
poor bastard.
shaming the location?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like you couldn't. There's like some places. Like I think like a Pizza Hut wouldn't be a horrible place to like bring your laptop and chill and do some work. Like a pizza place, right? If it's like lunch, you're just kind of chilling. Like I wouldn't mind bringing my laptop and just cranking out some stuff. Like you can't bring it to like a Taco Bell though. You look crazy if you brought your laptop to a Taco Bell.
If someone was working on shit at a Taco Bell, I'd sit across and be like, "Hey, you all right, man? Like,
Yeah.
why are you here?" You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a story there. Like, maybe the roommate is like, if it's like a college thing, that makes more sense. Like, you know, maybe he's like fucking got a term paper and he's sexiled out of the room. Who knows, right? But like a working man with his laptop, he's got like a tie, like loosely, you know what I mean? He's fucking at Taco Bell, just piping away. He's got headphones in.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen anyone at Taco Bell who's not a college student who's healthy? Who's like not young, or who's like not like, you know, like people who like, how do I explain it? Like, okay, aside from college students, because that's mostly the audience of people who's eating that shit like after a drunk night. Like, have you ever seen like a healthy family like going there for like a lunch?
Not a lunch. I've seen people. Well, then breakfast too is the same thing. Like when I was my first year out of college, I was teaching, and I would stop once a week. I think it was on Fridays at Taco Bell to get breakfast.
Their breakfast is
and-
gas.
Yeah, it can be pretty good. So I've seen people get like breakfast, like there were like regulars who would go every Friday. It was like me and a couple other people, and like we started like, hey, you, like it became like a thing. But so I've seen people get breakfast that are normal at Taco Bell. I don't know. I've never been to Taco Bell for lunch. I feel like that's a sad thing. Like that's when you've given up. You know what I mean? That's like divorced dads. Like that's a sad group at Taco Bell for lunch. You know what I mean? Like I'll take a Doritos Locos taco and like sit down, spread that thing out, lick the Doritos sauce off your fucking or dust off your fingers, and then like throw it away. That's a sad. I think that'd be like some edgy teen is gonna, if they haven't already, make like a vignette about some divorced dad going to Taco Bell and then like hanging himself at home or something.
Yeah. How about I had another point to make, and my mind blanked out thinking about Taco Bell. Yeah, I mean, there's like, okay, I don't fucking know. I lost anything else. Any other place we want to just judge people? Like Middle Easterns love Pizza Hut. Fat people love Olive Garden.
Yep.
I mean, I'm in.
Here's a kind of a
Okay.
yeah. What do you guys like? What's your thing?
What do Indian people like? What the fuck do Indian people? I don't know what fast foods. Indian people love Domino's. I know that.
You guys like what's on the menu at Domino's for an Indian person? You get like what kind of pizza? Do you get cheesy bread?
They just get cheese pizza. Yeah.
Cheese pizza.
See, I didn't grow up in a curry household, right? My parents were, they were split. Pretty. My mom went to college in Los Angeles, right? So it was not. I didn't grow up like that, but I think, I think every single fucking Indian. Actually, here's what Indian people love: Domino's and Subway. Those two right there. Domino's and Subway, but especially Subway. Every single fucking Subway you go to, there was an Indian person who's probably working there, in California specifically. There's always Indians working at Subway. Owning them too.
Dude, white people are too good for Subway now. Have you noticed that? Like I go to Subway every once in a while still, and I get weird looks from like the staff because none of them are white like I am, and they're like, "Why are you here?" Like they look at me funny. They're like, "You're supposed to be somewhere else. Like Subway's not for you." Like it's strange. I get some strange looks. I think the last time I went, the guy was closing up, so I felt bad because like you could. Like, I went in, he had just mopped everything and cleaned it up, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, you want to make me another sandwich and make a mess so you have to clean up again, you know?
Yeah.
So I was watching and making sure he didn't spit my food, but he was looking at me funny. That's probably why, though, but...
Yeah, because you're not Indian. Subway is an Indians... Indians love fucking Subway, man. Think about it. Go. Indians love Subway, especially... A lot of Indians are veggie. They have like a veggie patty. Like whenever I see like an Indian person go to like a place and say, "Hey, can I get like I had an Indian friend once, right? After a basketball game, we all said, "Let's go to In-N-Out," and he's vegetarian. Dude, this dude ordered bread and cheese from In-N-Out. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Fucking bread and cheese,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I get he's a vegetarian, but it's like, come on, get some animal fries. Like, bread and cheese,
Mhm.
bro. That's just the weird shit. Like, being a fucking vegetarian is, first off, being a vegetarian, you're not helping anyone. Those animals are still getting slaughtered. They're going to be getting slaughtered at fucking historic rates. You're just making if you're doing it for health reasons, fine. Or religious reasons, that's okay. But if you're doing it just because you're like, oh, I fucking love animals, like, kick rocks. Like, you're not
Mhm.
you're not doing nothing, you know.
Well, you know what I was thinking about the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, in the wild, shit kills other shit all the time,
Yeah,
and it's just like, and then to eat it, you know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah,
Like they don't care, you know what I mean? This noble lion, or even this noble like bird, you know what I mean? The chicken, the noble chicken who we shouldn't ever kill, because but it goes, and if it's fucking, it will like peck and eat worms and like eat the mother of a bunch of baby worms and just fucking eat the mother in front of them, and, just like, and then like watch the fucking baby worms like crying, like, oh no, that's my mother, and then just fucking eat all the babies one by one. Like, it doesn't give a fuck. It's a chicken. I need to eat. Like, we're the same way. We just have evolved to be so much better than the fucking other species that we can literally like make it so efficient
to kill
that we just have, like that. Sorry, you know.
Where let's play a game. Where do you like draw the line on what we eat? Because obviously we're not eating fucking dogs and cats. Like, PetSmart is a grocery store in some parts of China, right?
Correct.
We're not eating that shit. Like, what's like for me? I'd eat a turtle. You know, like, I wouldn't mind a fucking turtle, right? I know people, and the reason I'd say I'd eat a fucking turtle is because I hate paper straws so much. I don't know anything a turtle does that is fucking significant to the ecosystem. And it's like other shit's probably eating it anyway. Like, I wouldn't mind a fucking turtle. I saw a video of a guy cooking a turtle on TikTok. It looked pretty decent.
So you're saying if all the turtles were dead, we wouldn't need to have paper straws?
I don't care if the turtles are dead, regardless or not. I prefer plastic straws. I couldn't give two fucking shits about turtles.
Yeah, I think where I stand on that is a bit more hippie. Like, listen, I think it's sad that a turtle is going to choke on some plastic shit, but I also don't have recycling at my apartment, and I make no effort to recycle at all. So maybe I'm just a fucking lazy piece of shit.
That's all white women. Bro, white women, that's what all white women do, bro. White women have So that's because you came out of a white woman.
I'm white. Right? I'm white. Yeah.
White women treat like political issues like how they're fucking ordering a steak. You know what I mean? Like, they'll go from like medium care, we'll replace care, to like go all the way through. You know. So, for example, all the way through for a white woman, actually, a white woman will never go all the way through, because if you ask a white woman, do you care about Russia and Ukraine, they will be willing to lecture you about it first. But if you said, would you go and fucking fight and get drafted there, the same people who probably hate the military would not fucking want to go, right? Now, for a white woman, middle of the pack caring is kind of their forte. Right, so let's go back to 2020 time travel. First, it's like, do I have to go to the protest? Maybe a black square. We'll just do it on Instagram, right? Then it came, all right, now we got to go to the protest, right? Then it came, okay, now I got to donate money to BLM, right? But all the way care is, all right, now, would you let your white daughter date a black guy? That's where they draw the line, right? So my thing is, listen, now let's go back to turtles. I would eat a fucking turtle because I like plastic straws. So I don't care.
Yep.
So I'm not going to pretend. And it's the same thing. Like I fucking hate it. Same thing with like white women. Who or like white women who like complain about shit in China. That's happening. Like it's unfortunate. I think machines can automate all the shit that a child is doing. In China. Like you know, like the child factories. You know what I mean, right?
Yep.
But I'm still gonna go shopping, and I'm touching the fabric of something I knew another kid sewn for me, right? And the difference is if there was a white woman will go to like a Gucci or something store and spend $400 on a jacket, and they act like they wouldn't let a kid sew it in front of them and make it. Bro, I would hire a kid to fucking sew things for me, and probably pay him a little bit of a better wage. Because I don't care, because I realize I'm not a hypocrite, you know?
Yeah, so, you know, we said this last week. I'm going to say it again. Again, we find white women in a pickle, right? They're in a bit of a pickle here, and you brought up a lot of good ones. A couple that stick out to me, like the Black Lives Matter one, right? A lot of these girls are, like, socialist, and they believe in spreading the wealth, right?
Yeah.
But then the people who lead Black Lives Matter have like these Beverly Hills mansions that are worth like $10+ million, right? And that's not very spreading the wealth. Like,
They
where's that money? You know what I
hire
mean?
security to prevent.
Yep.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. There's a lot of that. And then, like, with the Ukraine, right? So these are the bitches who are like, we need to give more money to the Ukraine so they can spend it and defend themselves. But then when we want to spend money on defending, like, these are the same bitches who in the same breath will
Don't
be
want
like,
to put money in the military.
we need to spend less money on defense. Yeah. They're like, oh, this is stupid. Why are we putting our money here? Let's put this money for another country's defense. It doesn't make any sense.
No, they won't even say another country's defense. They're gonna say something stupid like "fucking let's put this into to
Pay the Uber drivers in Ukraine.
Exactly, exactly, bro. It's just some fucking bullshit.
So stupid.
Let me actually tell you a funny story. So, all right, fuck it. If they see it, who cares?
Okay.
So my dad and his so obviously my dad got remarried, and the person he remarried to had a kid. And he's not not from here, okay? So he apparently, according to my dad, is starting to become a little bit communist or socialist, right? And my dad found that out because he was applying to do political science for colleges. And when my dad asked him why, he's like, because I'm fascinated by this. So my dad has a little bit of QAnon in him, right? He's not going to go storm the Capitol, but he'll agree with the principles of why they stormed the Capitol, right? Just a little bit of him, all right? He asked him, yo, why the fuck are you a communist? He's like, can you give me an example of something? He says he's not. The kid said the public transportation system in America was bad or something, and that car companies are like lobbying against some shit, right? Dude, my dad's response was, "All right, you fucking idiot, because you don't like car companies and you don't like the car companies. You can fucking walk your ass to school every day. You He's like, you can fucking walk your ass to school." And dude, my dad doesn't let him. My dad doesn't let him get in the car anymore, bro. It's so fucked.
Let's go,
so funny,
dude. We need more of that, and like just hardcore. Like I literally feel like something the like immigrant parents do right or minority parents do right is they fucking still like hit their kids and shit.
Yeah,
like, or not literally, but like we just had Christmas, right? My aunt came over, and my cousin was telling a story about how he would always get up from the table and not like pick up after himself, wouldn't push his chair in, right? So my aunt one day was like, I'm sick of this shit. You need to push your chair in and pull it out 150 times before you can go like do what you want to do, right? So he had to do that. He pulled the chair out and put it back, pulled it out, put it back 150 times, and now he always pushes the chair in, right? Like it's shit like that. Like people are it's so like it's this shit. It's like just so ungrateful for the advances of modern society. It's like, it's bananas. Like, the public transit system here should be better. Like, and that's the thing too. It's like this he's like not even gone to college yet. He's about to be a poli-sci major. Like, nothing against your guy here. But
my
like,
dad. No,
he
my
doesn't
dad's
know
making
shit,
my dad.
You know what I mean?
Well, my dad's making him switch majors, so he's like, all right, you better. He's like, you got to go to fucking
There you
finance.
go. There you go.
Dude,
Yeah, something that's good advice.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, like it's just like these people. It's like people who comment on YouTube. They just sit there, they do nothing, and it's like, but in their head, it's like I have all the answers to the world's problems, and it's all right here. You know what I mean? And it's just if I complain enough, everything in my life will be better. It's such a strange. It's weird. I don't know where it comes from.
What do you think? Because like I grew up with my parents, like for
Mhm.
legal reasons. Like let's just say, like you know what I mean, like right. Like you know
Mhm.
we grew up getting like slapped and shit like that, like ears pinched. All
Yeah.
Like what do you think? Like parents are doing now, right? Like
So that's a good question. I don't know.
let's go
'cause,
race by
like-
race. Let's just go race by race.
Okay.
Let's go race by race.
Let's stir the pot here. Okay. So
Mexicans.
think.
Let's start
I'm
with
trying to think of
Mexicans.
people I know who have young kids.
Mexicans. I think they're
I don't
hitting
know
them.
any
I think they
Mexican
hit them with
families that have young
slippers.
kids.
Mexicans hit their kids with slippers.
I think they definitely still go hard. I respect that. I think I worked, like I said, I taught at a school. And I will say this, man, at this school, I'm not trying to be, I don't know. I don't think this is a bad thing to say at all, but like it was very good school. Like it cost like $60,000 a year for these kids to go to this school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was a middle school. You know what I mean? It's like they're paying really good college tuition to go to this place. So it's like a very good school. And all of the minority kids who were there got really good grades, ended up going to really good high schools, and like had their shit together and were fucking getting after it, right? And all the white kids were either like had, fucking anxiety or depression, or they were trans, or like they all had fucking shit.
But you know why?
Their grades were slipping.
Do you know why
they were
white
getting
kids
into trouble? Like,
Yeah, but you know why how white parents punish white kids? They just fucking molest them.
I don't know.
They just molest them. That's the problem.
dude, I don't know. These kids are never told no. Like, so like if I'm a fucking teacher, right?
Yeah.
And I remember one time I caught these two kids, they were cheating on their test, right? They were like sharing the answers on Google Docs and like doing the document together, right? And I caught them doing it. And I was like, you can't do that. Like, that's cheating. This is a test. And they looked at me like I was a fucking alien. Like, what do you mean, no, you can't do that? It's like they'd never been told no in their lives. You know what I mean? And then and I was like, listen, like, you guys got to fucking come in during lunch and start this thing over, because like I can't let you cheat on this test. Like, it's not fucking fair. And then before they came in for lunch, like, I got called into my fucking boss's office, like, hey, these parents are pissed. Like, so they got out these kids are 11. They have fucking iPhones. They get out their iPhone, fucking text their parents, oh, I have to retake the test because I cheated. And then like fucking somehow I get in trouble for that. Bananas.
Well, that's why
Bananas.
That's why fucking white kids. See, there's two types of like white people, right? There's like the normal white people, and then there's like the fucking far left, Berkeley, Antifa. Like, those are the ones who just never got fucking disciplined, and we're just kind of told the world's against them when it's not, right? So,
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I want to go back to my original question. Like, Indian parents, they fucking hit you, right? The white dad, the normal white dad would hit you, right? The black dad, never mind, not a black dad. Those don't exist. They're gone out of the picture.
Well, they exist. They're just not there.
They're not there, right? So, all right. Anyway, the Mexican dad's hitting his kids, right? Even I don't know if people call Italian white or not. I don't fucking care, right? But they're hitting their kids, like, but like these white soy boy, gender fluid, this, that, the third. Their fucking parents are like, if like, there's the same thing. It's like, oh, it's not your fault. The system's rigged. It's not like they probably text him like, oh, it's not your fault. The system is rigged. They're not trying to really teach you. You're just being creative, right? It's like, oh, it's like when they slit their wrist. When you see like a white parent, like their kids are slitting their fucking wrists. It's like, it's like normal kids fucking take a marker and color on their arms. This is a fucking art to them. It's like, oh, this is alternative art. Like that's why there's so many fucking weird white kids, who change their genders on a. And I'm not against people changing their genders and shit like that. Like, let's not get it twisted, but we know what we're talking. Like, anyone listening knows like what the fuck we're talking about. It's just a fucking weirdo, like communist, fucking change, like complete nutcase.
Well, I think what part of the problem is we've advanced so much as a society, right? We have cars, like we were talking about. We can just have fucking chickens killed for us and delivered. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to hunt for our food anymore. Like, we've developed so quickly. And I think something that's really cool that humans have done is find a way to solve a whole bunch of problems, right? But the average person now doesn't have to solve those problems. And I think evolutionarily, we're not at the point where we can just sit on our ass and do nothing. Like, our brain still wants problems. Like, we want to find things and solve them and challenges. And so if we don't have any, we're just going to make them up.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man, fucking, I'm bored, and so I'm gonna bitch about the fucking like prison industrial complex that I don't actually know anything about, or I'm gonna fucking say, oh, I'm poly trans now, and it's like, it just fucking stir the pot and make some conflict, creates, like, especially like if you have like a dad who's like super like fucking right wing, like, what's a better problem than a family who hates you, right? That's a tough problem to solve. So it's like, let's pick that and just fucking follow it. You know what I mean? That's my theory.
Yeah.
Is that people need problems, and so they're just creating.
Yeah, because they don't fucking work. That's the thing. They don't get a real job. Like I said, they get a degree in some bullshit.
Exactly.
They get a degree in some bullshit, and then they're pissed off that they blame it on capitalism, that their fucking gender studies, their lesbian dance theory degree only gets them a job at Starbucks, right? Like, it's not your fault. It's like, go do something else. Anyway, we are,
which is why.
Oh, go on.
I was just going to say one thing, which is why, to bring it full circle here, that kid who was working at Olive Garden, by the way, wasn't white, but that kid who was working at Olive Garden, keep doing what you're doing. Keep working a real job, because you're actually like, and you're like trying to do your job. It was a shitty joke. Never tell it again, okay? But you're like trying to be creative here. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're trying to do your job well. Hustler. You're going the extra effort. Keep going. You're going to fucking do big things.
Yeah. And
God forbid you're the one of the 5 people listening to this is the guy we made fun of. Could you imagine?
Hey, but listen, if that kid is listening, anyone, go get a fucking job. Get off, go do something productive. I promise, investing these dink-doink shit coins you're not going to get rich, right? Go get a fucking job, then go do your side hustles after and make your side hustles your passions. All right, let's end it off on this note because we're approaching an hour and 15. As stated before, since you guys don't know much about us, we're both aspiring stand-up comedians. We're both young. I just got out of college. Jackson's like only a few years older than me. Let's just wrap it up on a good note where we're not making fun of anybody. First off, we're going to post all of our personal IGs and stuff like that. This was a good episode. So all of our personal stuff is going to be the pinned comment on YouTube. We're going to start posting our stand-up clips as well as on our stories there. We'll start maybe posting where we're performing. So if you guys like to show up, we'd be more than happy to. You guys can see us bomb a few times. We're not great at this yet. It's why we call... why we give Brendan Schaub his things. But All right. Before we end it, Jackson, what's a New Year's resolution for you?
I don't know. I think my real one is to probably eat less fast food. I like to fucking eat a lot of fast food, and that guy called me a fat ass on the internet, and I really took that personally. So I think I'm gonna eat less fast food this year, and then additionally, I would think to go back to a previous conversation you and I had. Whenever I have a masseuse, I'm going to tip him because it's going to be a him. I think I'm supporting that level of business, and those guys don't get enough love out there. So, hey, if you're a male masseuse, I'm coming for you, and don't come on me.
Yeah, I think for us, man, for us, just kind of our personal podcast goals, right? Keep going this. I guess just personally, man, we're going to keep grinding all these clubs, and we'll see where 2023 takes us. But anyways, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys who none of you guys have made it this far, but just in case you skipped around, make sure you guys go follow all of our socials down below. Click subscribe here. It's fucking free. It's not... we're not going to re-upload Gringo Poppy, so don't worry about that. It's just going to be our podcast. We're going to put our Spotify down below, so if you don't want to watch this video, or if you're a pervert who's looking to crank at this video, we'd recommend going to Spotify. Also, don't hesitate to leave constructive criticism. Now, there's a difference between leaving constructive criticism and pretending you know the answer to everything. So, we're more than happy to do that. But anyways, thank you guys. Episode 3 is done. We're going to go upload episode 4 next Monday. Check out social medias everywhere, and we'll see you guys next time.